everyone, Dr. Clark here on The Place for Answers. Today we're going to be talking about hidden cause number 3, why you still have thyroid symptoms, even though your labs look normal and you're maybe even taking thyroid hormone. Well, the answer is there are chemicals in your body called cytokines. Now, cytokines are little proteins that your immune system uses as part of its inflammation process. And here's hidden cause. I'm just going to tell it to you right now. People that have inflammatory conditions or even autoimmune conditions such as hepatitis or not autoimmune conditions such as arthritis or just have inflammation, these cytokines, when they're high enough, they can actually suppress or inhibit and squash your little circuit in your brain that helps you make thyroid stimulating hormone. Now, it may not squash it enough that your TSH becomes lower or higher than your lab ranges. But remember, the lab ranges that are used to measure TSH and T4, those are very wide forgiving ranges. In my office, we use called a functional range. Now, the functional range is an opinion. It's a narrow range, and I'm going to tell you something. I pick up a lot of dysfunction using a narrow range and then supporting the person based on what we see there. Now, how do you know if you've even got these elevated cytokines? Well, these cytokines have names like interleukin-2, interleukin-4, tumor necrosis factor alpha. You can easily test for these. These are blood tests. In fact, these are some of the tests that we do for our autoimmune patients to find out about exactly how their immune system has become imbalanced. Same thing goes for our thyroid patients, the people that come in suffering from thyroid symptoms, but their labs look normal. And you understand that this is a significant group of women that are wandering through life lost. They feel horrible, they have fatigue, depression, they can't lose weight, they in fact gain weight very rapidly. You know, their hair is brittle, their nails are brittle, a lot of them are depressed. But the doctors are telling them, well, I just don't see a reason why you still feel bad. Maybe we need to up your prescription, or maybe we just need to give you an antidepressant. And that's exactly the wrong thing to do. Now remember, there are over 24 different ways that your thyroid physiology can go wrong. And this way, the third way, is when cytokines, which are part of your immune system response, they actually get high enough to suppress or kind of put their foot on that normal circuit that helps you make thyroid hormones. And a lot of people have this problem that have different inflammatory problems. Now, the question is, though, where's the inflammation coming from? And that's where a comprehensive approach like the one that I use in my office comes into play, because we want to look at things that can cause inflammation. We want to look at things like food intolerances, GI infections, different deficiencies that you may have, like vitamin D deficiencies. So you may even have what's called a vitamin D receptor polymorphism, or a VDRP for short. And what I'm telling you is you can't just accept the fact, and I'm sure you're probably not if you're watching this video, that your doctor says, hey, your labs are normal, you're taking thyroid hormones, you still feel bad. Guess I die, guess maybe you're just depressed. Don't buy that. Do not settle for a life where you feel horrible. You just have to find the right doctor that knows how to assess and knows about these different things, because what I just told you, I didn't make that up. That is in the scientific literature, but as a news flash to you that you may not know about, a lot of doctors don't read. Even, like #1 endocrinologists, like thyroid people, many of them don't read, and this is not their approach. They do not take a functional approach. They're looking just at the lab numbers, and if the lab numbers are okay, you're okay. You and I both know that that's ridiculous. So if you remember, the 1 and 2, first reason was serotonin, second cause was dopamine. Now we're looking at cytokine elevations. Remember, you can test for these. These are blood tests that you can get done. So don't settle. If you're suffering, let's find some way to help you, and let's get you back on track. I mean, you don't have to live like this. And thyroid problems look daunting, and they look scary, and they look totally confusing, but they're not confusing to me, because I understand and I know those 24 patterns in which your thyroid gland can go wrong and your thyroid hormones can go wrong.